Okay, so here we are. Here are the slides that I'm going to help you take you through this step-by-step process of the mind, body, and spirit conditioning. Again, mind is for neural flow conditioning, emotion and spirit is for freedom flow conditioning, and body is for body flow conditioning. So the question is, what do you really want? And that's what our mind is going to help us produce. Imagination is way more important than will. I would say that a lot of us really want transformation from within. We want to be in a position that is better than what we're currently in all aspects of our life. So we want that transformation to be long lasting. We want to transform and then transcend what's in the way of what it is we truly want. So how are we going to do this? Well, the key is you have to become who you really are. You have to be your absolute best. It starts with the mind. Again, as I said, for anything that was ever developed, imagination was always first. It's always more important. Anything you see around you was once an image in someone's mind. It was an idea that was sketched and then transformed into a physical object. So if we're talking about our body, if we're talking about our finances, career, or work, or anything like that, we're talking about taking that image and making it real. So that's where it starts. So that's where we start at the beginning here with the mind. Thoughts are unlimited potential. We don't know exactly how thoughts operate with the mind, but we do have some scientific knowledge that thoughts are energy, and that energy is received by our brain, and that transmits to our bodies. And like the most intricate and complex computer in the universe, our brain is able to calculate that into emotion and action. So thought is actually unlimited potential because you have the ability to think anything you want to think. So in terms of emotion and spirit, I use the word spirit collectively with emotion, but not to negate the fact that spirit is by itself something to even explore, but just here in the concept that we're talking about the liveliness, the spirit, the energy, or the emotion of a person. And energy is emotion. Energy in motion is emotion. So what is that about? Well, look at the center of our body, the heart. Heart equals emotion plus will. When we have those two, we can drive ourselves forward with the right purpose and the right reason to accomplish the thought that's in our mind. And then finally, it all culminates in our physical reality in our body, where we currently are, taking action in the world. And as you can see, action equals real power. Here's a picture of Jordan here with his championship rings, some nice chiseled physiques here. Basically, taking your body to the next level is all about turning your thoughts and emotion into action, which is real power and physicality, to allow you to break through the barriers to create the body that you want to create. So let's start with the mind first. And the reason why I came up with this process is because there's a lot of information out there on personal development. But I think where a lot of the information falls short is the fact that they're not specific step-by-step products that really hammer in the importance of conditioning. And me being a personal trainer, I've come to value the process of continuously going over the same activities in order to produce results, because you have to create these rituals and habits in order for it to work. I've gone on and off with many of these different practices, but then realized finally that why would you not continue something if it's working? And that's the key, is how consistent can you be with your conditioning? So for neuroflow conditioning, we want to talk about the steps here that it's going to take. So the first step that I advocate is you just take this space for 5 minutes to 30 minutes daily for meditation. Once you create that space, you'll be able to have an opportunity to allow your mind to produce the imaginative thoughts that you needed to produce in order to create what you needed to create. The second step, we want you to get into an inspiring state, because if you're in an inspiring state and you're feeling great, you can write a new vision for your fitness. and you can take your focus completely off your problems or anything that's bothering you, and you can get a very emotionally rich, crystal clear vision of what it is you want. And with that crystal clear vision, then you have something that you're targeting on. Now, the mind is like a servo mechanism. It's like a heat-seeking missile. You are destined to be successful. The only thing that's stopping us from being successful is the confusion that we put into our own minds from a chaotic environment. Like you can even hear here, there's a dog barking. That's an external stimuli that's attempting to take me off focus from what I'm focusing on here. But see, that's the thing. Your environment cannot control your thoughts. If your environment controls your thoughts, you're just running around like a chicken with the head cut off, or you're running around like a dog chasing his tail. To be funny, seeing we heard the dog barking there. Now, step 3, what you're going to do is you're going to write 10 powerful affirmations and incantations in an I am phrase, as in, I am extraordinarily healthy. I am chiseled physique of 170 pounds with ripped abs. You're going to create these statements, I am powerful. You're going to create these statements so that you can support your new lifestyle verbally and vocally, so that it resonates with the thoughts that you're going to be having in your mind. And now, this is a step that maybe some people might not feel the need to venture into, or they may think, oh, this isn't necessary or whatnot. Create your neural flow zone, which means, to me, it's called mind media. It's basically the images, the video, the audio, text, whether you use iMovie, GarageBand, or Keynote, or whatever it is, to, like I say, advertise your own excellence to yourself. Why do I think this is important, and why is this a critical step? Well, the thing about it is advertisers aren't saying, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't put signs on the subway about alcohol and cigarettes. They're not saying, oh, you know, these people are such great people, they work out every day. Let's not put a sign here for the greasy fat fries in the burger. No, they're attacking your mind. Every time you step on the subway and you see a full car of beer and liquor ads, what they're trying to do is convince you that you're going to drink that beer. And what I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to take your mind to levels beyond mediocrity, yeah, we can all exist, we can all survive, we can all get by. But what I'm saying is, if you want to be an achiever, have an excellent body, have an excellent life, have an excellent career, have an outstanding, really extraordinary quality of life, you're going to have to go above and beyond the images that are being forced upon you by the media, by television, by YouTube videos, by ads in the train, and ads even on YouTube videos. So that's why I call this the neural flow zone. I have pictures on my wall, I have pictures on my computer, I have pictures on my phone, and I have audio on my phone, and I always immerse myself in these things because I have to remind myself that I'm responsible for my success and being outstanding. The advertisers on Madison Avenue aren't going to do that for me. They want me to, for all they care, go broke on cigarettes and liquor and clothing and fashion and everything else, and cars and homes. So they don't care. They're out to make money. I'm out to be successful. So if you're out to be successful, I would highly recommend that you counterbalance the images and sounds and sensations that are attacking you every day to take you off of your game. And then step 5, finally, what we want to do is we want to view, listen, watch, and read your own fitness, mind, media, and advertising to yourself 3 times a day. It doesn't have to be forever. How about 5 minutes? The average person sees a number of commercials and ads every single day. The least you can do is give yourself the mind and positive conditioning in the morning, maybe at lunch, and maybe at night. It's not a lot to ask for your own dreams, right? And finally, step number 6, we want to reinforce this by getting leverage publicly. We want you to declare who you are, being and acting your new fitness ideals. So don't be afraid that you're going to fail and that everybody's going to make fun of you because you said you were going on this new nutritional plan and all these things. No, just tell them that you're conditioning yourself, you've got a new plan, you're going for it, you deserve it, you rock, you're the best, this is what I'm going to do. And even if I slip off or fall, that's none of their business. They're on the sidelines. They can be in their own game, they can be in the middle of their own stadium, but according to you, they're on the sidelines because they don't have to wake up and look in the mirror with you every morning. They don't have to go to sleep with you every night. So you have to look at your own mind and operate from an internal state of reference so that you're not blocked doing what you need to do. Okay, so let's go to freedom flow conditioning, talking about the emotions. As you can see here, I have some pictures here that really symbolize the 6 human needs as stated by Tony Robbins with Robbins Monotonous Training. We have certainty, we have uncertainty. You see the little yellow smiley face, that's significance. We have love, we have growth, and we have contribution. These are only a component of the emotional states and values and needs that we go after. These human needs are things that we absolutely need in our lives, but these needs are pretty much the broad strokes of what we're attempting to do and be and have as human beings. We need these things. But also there's specific values of things that we really, really want in our lives, and freedom flow conditioning guides us toward that. So first of all, jump up and down, shake your body out, put yourself in a peak state, and get resourceful so you feel unstoppable. You have to be a kid again. I never was really good at sitting in those little desks at school. I always used to get in trouble for speaking to the people next to me or with the teacher for talking too much. But see, that's the problem, is that we're not in an industrial age anymore. We're not supposed to sit in a factory and put one little piece on a machine until the bell rings and then we go home and then come back the next morning and do that. So we're in a life now that's a digital world, it's a global world, it's chaotic, it's always changing. So we have to have this childlike sense of exploration and curiosity in order to feel good and in order for us to be able to make the changes that we want and enjoy life and feel good emotionally about what we're doing. So step number 2, what you want to do is decide and commit today what you really want and what's stopping you from having it, and write it down. Because what you really want is there's emotion there. There's something that you want. If it's to lose weight, if it's to gain better performance, if it's to take your life to a new level, you have to commit today that what you really, really want, and you have to write it down. And then step 3, you have to find your big reason why. Because see, we're driven by either avoiding pain or gaining pleasure. So once you find out the reason why, you're going to defy everything that's stopping you to get there, and you're going to decide to be outstanding, and you're going to achieve it. And finally, interrupt the bad behaviors, the beliefs, the habits, the memories, and patterns that are holding you back. And I like to say, replace them with cartoons in your mind and make it fun. See, the thoughts and experiences that you have in the past that were negative or bad or that you consider failures, they don't have to remain that way in your mind. You can use your imagination to distort those things and change them into something that can empower you. And finally, let's create a compelling, vivid, emotionally rich future, a vision, a magnificent obsession. You see yourself in it. And you can see here, this is a beautiful view with an infinity pool overlooking the ocean. You can achieve anything you want, so you might as well put those thoughts in your mind so that you have the emotional juice to act on them. And finally, again, reinforce getting leverage publicly by declaring who you are, being and acting your new fitness ideals. Now let's talk about body flow conditioning. This is where we're going to get into the physical realities of putting nutrients into your body, of taking care of your body, of breathing, of drinking water, eating green, making sure that you have the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in your body. So my number 1 step for this is to heal your pain. And what I mean by that is I want you to ask, can you heal something right now? Can you make yourself just that much better so that you can have just that little bit more strength to get up and go for the walk, go for the run, go for the exercise, to eat better, to have a little more energy, to wake up a little earlier, to have a little more sleep? Whatever it is, you have to heal yourself, because your body regulates on a very methodical level of I would say it's more of like a they say the circadian rhythm for your sleep. It just operates on a harmony, just like the universe and the sun, the earth going around the sun. Like everything is attuned with that. So you want to be in a process of healing and harmony with your body. Realize your dream body. Ask yourself, What can I do to energize and realize my dream body and enjoy the process right now? Once you realize that, you're going to move forward to creating it. And step 3, enjoy the journey. Ask yourself, how can I make sure that I make exercise and eating well a must when it's hectic or I'm on the go traveling? Make it fun. You know, make your fruits and your vegetables something that you look forward to. Make it a game with yourself with points. Use your iPhone to track everything. Find a way to make it so that it's fun. Have an accountability partner that you make a bet with. But at the end of the day, you're going to find that eating well actually feels great and is actually something that you should look forward to. People often ask me, how is it that you eat these healthy things all the time? And it's not like this big effort. It's just because I love feeding my body rich food that's going to make me strong and feel great. I love taking supplements that nourish and fill in the gaps, and I feel great about that. So when you get to that state, it's not work anymore. Step 4, you're going to use your tools. What can I use to make exercise joyful, inspiring, fun, challenging, mobile, better? Can you do it outside? Can you use something that you've bought that's laying in the basement or a garage somewhere? Can you use a partner? Can you have someone to help you? Can you use music, video, whatever it is, just to use the tools that you have? You don't need more tools. Just use whatever you have to make it fun, make it exciting, and be passionate about it. And step 5 is secure your health. How can I secure my health and fitness to continue? By planning ahead, recording, observing, and reassessing. It's all about how you're able to do that. Once you're able to set a routine and reassess where you are, then you have a better gauge of what you're doing with your own body. And again, this is the transformation within body flow, mind flow, freedom flow. The BAYONIKS threefold process. So again, to recap, we had neuroflow conditioning, body flow conditioning, and freedom flow conditioning. And I want you to really practice these rituals, because as you visit them over and over again, you're going to see dramatic changes in your success. I mean exponential changes in your success, because you have a system, you have a way of focusing your mind, your emotions, and your physical actions on what it is you want. And therefore, you're going to be unstoppable. And I look forward to helping you more, and give me your comments and feedback, and I will see you soon.